Alright, so what's up guys? In today's video we're going to be installing some neochrome racer goodies. For once, like most of the installs online you'll see actually don't have a purpose for having some of this stuff. I actually have a reason, so it's a little less racer, but it's still kind of racer stuff. So right here I've got bumper quick releases, and that is because my front bumper over here actually broke from hitting too big of a bump. Now my car's not actually that low in terms of low cars, but since I'm in New York and it's super hilly everywhere, I constantly hit shit. And also I went in a giant pothole that was like the width of the whole front of the car, and it kind of ripped the bumper up. That's a different story. Basically, the corner tap broke that screws the bumper in, so it's just kind of loose and hanging there. So I actually needed quick releases, and I already opened this just for the sake of looking at it because it's shiny and awesome. And all quick releases are just these little things. And you just put, like honestly if it broke, because it has a rubber gasket that you put around these little circle whatevers. And if it ever broke, I could just find a rubber band to hold the front bumper up, so it's not the biggest deal. But like say if you had a screw in there and the screw fell out, you would not only puncture your tire, but you'd also not have a screw to hold your bumper up. Or what I had before, which is zip ties, where it ripped off and then there's just a bumper piece hanging on and the whole bumper itself was falling off. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the front bumper off right now, so then I can actually get access to drilling the holes without actually drilling into something else accidentally. And then I'm going to measure out exactly how much space I want. These didn't come with any instructions, so I'm just going to do some guesswork. I'm going to make it fairly tight just because of the splitter and everything that's on here. But, I don't know, we'll see how it comes out. So for filming purposes, basically what I'm going to do is just show you guys that that's pretty much where it's going to be. When it meets up with the other side, it's pretty much right where it's closest as possible and looks best, I'm aiming for. Like right here, if you guys don't know, my paint's actually chipping. So this is like the perfect spot to put it, so you can't see that. And I'm just lining up how I want it, which is this spot. It's a pretty easy to tell spot. And I'm just kind of marking it with the drill through the middle, because I'm lazy and I have a black car, so you can't really use a marker or anything to mark it. I'm going to drill hole through. And voila. I'm just get the hardware that came with it. So this little baggie has all the bolts and everything you need. I got it all from JDM Speed, even the plate holder, which I'm going to install too. Just because they actually had some of the cheapest prices on Amazon for all of this. But also, I actually like their stuff too. I have no clue what bit size I just used, but it was kind of perfect. So I can really just screw right into the bumper. Okay, so now that I've got that exactly where I want it, just put the washer on the other side for security, the nut on, get my wrench. It seems like they always like to use 10 mil. I feel like that's just the standard now. And that's all secured and done. So that's the first one on. Really simple. Now I'm going to go do the fender, show you guys the fender. I'm not going to show you guys the other side just because it's the same thing, just in reverse. So, you know, that, and you guys get to see me drill into my wrapped fender, which is fun. So if I fuck that up, well, I'm screwed. So to try and protect the wrapped fender, paint's a bit easier to drill through, especially on a plastic bumper. But since this is metal and it's vinyl wrapped, I want to protect it. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to cover the spot that I'm drilling into with some masking tape. That'll help so then the wrap doesn't get holes when I try and drill through, and it'll make it just a bit easier to drill through. I figured I'd check the fitment right before, and I actually ran into a bit of an issue. The nut on this side actually kind of it's hitting the bumper bracket itself. Really like no way to avoid it. You have to drill into the bumper bracket to make room. Because the bumper bracket comes down to about here on the IS250, and probably 350 and ISF as well. So you'd have to like put it all the way down here, and at that point it's kind of useless. So I'm going to drill in there, and I'm also going to find out where I want this, which I think is going to be like right here. That's enough space for it to be really tight. Yeah, pretty much, no matter where I put it, it'll be tight enough. So I'm going to put it like there. But first let's drill into the stupid bumper bracket so we can actually have the space for it. You guys know I don't always do things not like the best way, but I do it the fun way. And I just got like one of the biggest bits I can find, and I'm just going to drill a hole right behind where it says. Oh shit, that may have helped. Hold on, I broke a piece out. Oh my god, that helped. And my wall is breaking down. I want to line this up right here, which is going to give me a lot of space, which means tight bumper fitment. There's nothing behind here? Yeah, there's nothing behind there. I'll hold it finished. Which, by the way, I don't think I'm going to keep this neochrome forever. I might change it to gold once I change my rims and get the whole car wrapped. But in the meantime, since I have neochrome in the front, I figured I'd just do these in neochrome. They're so cheap to replace. It is insane. And they're high quality too. They're CNC'd aluminum. So they're like literally feels like nothing is in my hand right now. They're so light and they're durable, which is awesome. So let's put this last one on. Now this one's going to be stronger than the other one just because I made the hole slightly small. So it's literally going to drill itself in. Oh shit, we don't want to scratch the wrap. It's literally going to just drill itself into the fender. That looks hella good. And it's like a little guitar string thing. But all this fitment right here is really good, which I had an issue before. You can see it's all lined up, it's all good. This part used to be unaligned, but this part was aligned with the bolt. And then same with the wire tie, I had that same issue. Now it's pulling the whole bumper up a lot tighter than it was before, and it's fixing this fitment, which is awesome. That's all good, that's on. Now let's go do the plate holder. Got quick releases, and with a tow hook plate holder, a quick release is pretty much useless. It sticks out the front bumper. I have to unbolt it every time I remove the bumper, and that was a pain in the ass before. I wanted to change things up, and instead I'm going to install this right here. This is my new plate holder, JDM speed, and it'll basically hold it onto the bumper itself, so it's not as much of an issue as it was with the other part over there. So I want it to be right here, as far in as I can. Unfortunately, I can't go too far in. I can only go to the edge of it there. So I've got it lined up where I want to put my holes. So I'm going to use my drill just to mark them real quick, if I can. This is a very awkward spot to drill too, by the way. Oh shit, I'm sliding. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have the bolts go up and then the nuts on top, just so then they can be actually tightened really well. And because the bolts I feel aren't, like a nut's easier to lose, the bolt's not as easy to lose. I don't know. I don't have to make it incredibly tight anyway for it to work. The camera stopped. That was the drill. I know the camera stopped, but basically what I did is I actually lined it up. I threaded it through the top where I could see with a ratchet, and I threaded it back up through the bottom. Just because the holes are really tight, which means the bolt probably will never fall off. And that means I'll never lose the hardware that's holding up this plate. I'm going to make it tight as hell anyway. I just wanted to make sure, you know, it would be secure, it's not going to fall off. And with this hardware, honestly, it's got nuts, like, I don't know what this is called, but it's got like the serrated bit on the bottom. I'll try and zoom in on it. There we go. So it has this little serrated like bottom, I don't know what this is called, but that's gonna help it stay locked in on the other metal piece. I just want to make sure that I never lose this hardware, it never gets vibrated off, because my car vibrates a lot due to the fact that I made a purposeful exhaust leak on it, and it actually rattles some things. That, and also I like my bass. So this will make sure it stays on tight and all good. So it's tight, it's the right angle. Now I'm just gonna install my plate. Now I have a question for you guys. New York plates, should I just do the plate itself, right here, or should I do the plate and frame? I'm thinking plate and frame, at least for now. I was thinking about getting a neochrome frame as well, because all this stuff is fairly inexpensive. And I like how it kind of like pushes itself towards the bumper a little more. So then it's just kind of like angled up at the side. I was actually supposed to get another visor goodie from JDM toy. Unfortunately, it's not here yet. I'm supposed to get a tow hook to fill in the hole, and I don't think I'm going to do a video on that or later today. I might take the camera back out. So it's actually the next day, and I finally got the tow hook. When I got it, it wasn't all actually one piece. And this is what I was talking about. I think I mentioned this. If I didn't, then I sound like an idiot here. But this is a whole totally different piece, this red piece. I don't know why they couldn't just send me a neochrome one, or at least made it offerable, because this is the only part that's specific to the IS250, is this actual drilled in part that goes in the hole. But I think I'm going to order a different one. I'm pretty sure I mentioned all this already, but if not, I'm mentioning it now. With neochrome. I want it to match, and I also really like how neochrome looks. And this is a little, you guys get the sneak peek of my headlights. I did redo them again with a lot cooler stuff. but I'm not going to show you guys that because that's for a different video. Basically all I have to do is I'm going to take this nut off too. You just disassemble it down to the first CNC'd aluminum, which by the way the other one I had was steel. This one's actually aluminum, so it's a lot lighter. Also means it can get damaged easier, but... And you just twist it in by hand to start threading. Tighten it as much as I can. These are a pain in the butt to get off tow hooks, any kind, whether it's a plate holder or anything like that. There we go. In and all on. So basically every time I have to take off my bumper now, I will have to take the tow hook off. So that's not the biggest deal, because it'll be a lot faster to come off. I'm not making it insanely tight. That's what the nut's for, to make it tight. I'm not going to do that. And especially adjust the distance. I'm just going to thread it on nicely. That's the angle I want. And voila. Done. Tow hook. So at least now I have the hole with a purpose. And then anytime I want to take my bumper off, I just twist off the tow hook. It's pretty simple. Just making it a little tighter. That way I can access the bumper fast, because I am always working on the headlights of this car. And also I have a tow hook now for my alternator ever dies again, which probably not, because it's a new rebuild. But if I had any issues at all where I need to be towed, just put a little hook in here and drag it, instead of bending my strut tower bar. Now I'm going to jump to the ends that I made yesterday and finish up the video for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like my channel, obviously subscribe. I do a lot of car mods, a lot of cheap end car mods, just because I can't afford the expensive stuff yet, but I do plan to do more expensive car mods later on. So be subscribed for that, obviously, because it's going to be awesome. Like the video if you like the video. Like the video if you like racer mods. But that's pretty much it. Peace out and be legendary. So baby, pull me close.